Hi there, my name is Diane, but you can just call me D. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some upcoming releases that I have pre-ordered. So more so for the end of the year, because we are at the end of the year, so all the pre-orders I've done for the beginning of the year, I've got them. Anyway, moving on. I've got a few to talk to you about. I've been trying to be mindful about the books that I pre-order. I just want to make sure that the story is something that I'll be in the mood for most of the time. So that way I pre-order them and I can just forget about them, and then when I get them, it's like a little surprise and I'm excited to read them. So I have 7, I believe. However, one of them is not really a pre-order, you'll see. By the way, I'm doing those in order of the date that they are released. So the first one is called The Gathering Dark, an anthology of folk horror. And that's edited by Tori Bovalino. It comes out in September 6th, and it's basically what it sounds like. It's gonna be short stories, horror short stories. So the cover is beautiful, and I'm really excited about this because I have been diving into horror a little bit more, or just trying it out. I don't really like body horror or something like that. I enjoy more, I think, psychological tropes. I think some of the authors in that anthology are up and coming, and some have already released some books that have gained some popularity, so I think it's a bit of a mixed bag between new authors or authors that are less known with a little bit of authors that are a bit more known. So that's really exciting, and I'm interested to see if I enjoy horror stories in that format, just because that's something that I would like to write. Maybe not like full-on horror, but something that is eerie and strange and odd. That's something I'm, have been wanting to write in terms of short stories. So I'd be excited to see if that's something I enjoy reading as well, and maybe it'll spark my creativity in that section, because it's a bit lacking recently. Anyway, so the second book is gonna be I'm the Girl by Courtney Summers. And it's released on September 13. This is gonna be the third book I'm reading by Courtney Summers. I've read Sadie, and I've read the other one about a cult. I forgot the name. Anyway, I've enjoyed them both. I did love Sadie. I enjoyed the second book, but I didn't fell in love with it. I myself had some issues with it, but I think in terms of the writing style, I really mesh with Courtney Summers' writing style. So it's definitely an author that I want to keep reading her books, because sometimes it doesn't even matter what the story is for certain authors, like specific authors. So actually Courtney Summers and Aidan Thomas are two authors that I can think of right now that have that kind of writing style that is so appealing to me and just works really well with me that it doesn't even matter what the story is about. I don't even need to be interested in it. Well, it's just about the reading experience and just really feeling like I'm losing myself in a book, and I'm really in a good sense, and I'm really enjoying my time tuning off, I guess, and just enjoying the reading experience. So basically this book is about a girl that finds a body of a young girl, and she partners with the sister of the victim in order to try to find the killer. And I guess by doing so, she's thrown in a world of money, power, beauty, everything that she's ever dreamed of because of how she has struggled in life. From what I remember, I think she grew up poor, and it's already been really difficult. So she's thrown into this environment that is everything that she's always thought, always dreamed of. So is she gonna lose herself in that, or is she gonna, find the killer, and what's gonna happen? And I think there is a sapphic romance potentially in there. So I'll be interested to see that, just because Goodness Summers doesn't really do like romance. Like, there is some romantic elements, like no. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. The third pre-order that I have is If You Could See the Sun by Anne Leung, and this comes out in October 11th. The cover is beautiful, and I'm just such a sucker for a beautiful cover. That really is what attracts me to a book first. I see the cover and I just want to know what is the synopsis. And if I don't like the synopsis, then whatever. But if I do like it, beautiful cover, great. This is a student that is on a scholarship at an elite Beijing boarding school, and she is the only student with a scholarship there, so everybody else is wealthy and all that, and she really feels invisible, and then she actually becomes invisible for real. So she turns out that she has this power that she can become invisible, I guess, when she wants. And unfortunately, her parents are unable to continue to afford the school, even with the scholarship. So she decides to monetize her power into finding out scandalous secrets of her peers. So I'm guessing that there's a little bit of blackmail going on. I'm guessing it's also not gonna go very well for her at some point. Or whatever she's gonna uncover is gonna be a bit too much. So, the story just sounds really interesting and fun. So I think that could be a nice break from other books if I need to. And then the next book is the book I was talking about that is not necessarily a new release. It's called Little Eve by Catriona Ward. And it's basically, why I'm saying that is because it had been published, I think, in 2016. It had been published in the past, and they just republishing it with a new cover and just redoing some marketing for it, which I'm guessing is because she's become quite popular recently, specifically with her book The Last House on Needless Street, which I actually really enjoyed. I think she had another book this year as well that I'm not really interested in the storyline, so I didn't pick that one up, but this one sounds really interesting. It's about a cult. I really like books about cults. So basically it's on a small island near Scotland. There's a clan that prepares for the end of the world and also the rebirth of the world. And there's a girl there that is called Eve that is basically willing to do anything to gain the power from someone they call the Other, which maybe it's the entity that they believe in or the entity that they think is coming to Earth. I'm not really sure. But a brutal murder actually occurs on that island, or that isle, like it's very small. There's an investigation that begins, inspector comes to the isle, and basically it throws off the whole ceremony of the end of the world and the rebirth of the world for the clan, and drama, horror, I'm guessing. But yeah, so it's about a cult. I'm excited to see where she's gonna take this storyline, especially because I think she has good ideas, and I think she has good twists as well. So I'm really interested to see where we're going with that. Did I say that it was on October 11th? So it's on October 11th like the other one. So the next one is gonna be Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell, and she is the author of The Winter's Orbit, and this book is also set in the same universe. Basically it's gonna be a sci-fi romance and it's gay. So it comes out on November 1st. Although I didn't really like the ending of Winter's Orbit. I really enjoyed the relationship that was forming, and the beginning of it was really strong to me. I just wanted more of the relationship. I just wanted to see the characters have a bit more development to them, and the plot was meandering throughout the book, and then at the end it just went like crazy, like 1000%, and I was just not prepared for it. I didn't think that the pacing was good. I don't think that the plot was thought out properly, and so the ending was just, I just really disliked it. But I think there's something there, and I think that was her debut book, so I really enjoyed the setting. So I'm excited about Ocean's Echo, just to see, you know, where we at in that world and the rest. I don't really know much about the story. I already know that I like the setting. I already know that I like the genre, so, and I want to read more of that genre specifically, so I'm good to go. The sixth book is gonna be, what did I write? Oh, The Cloisters, I think. Cloisters. By Katie Hayes, and this also comes out in November 1st. The tagline was Secret History meets Ninth House. It does sound great in terms of atmosphere, however I did not read any of those books, but I've heard a lot of people talk about both of those books and just how atmospheric they are. Maybe some sort of dark academia to it, which is something that I like. So I'm excited to see where this goes. Basically, the story is there's this girl that works at a Gothic museum called the Cloisters, and the museum has a medieval art collection and also a group of researchers that is studying their history of divination. So first of all, I mean, the vibes. Am I right? Like, this is pretty amazing in terms of just, you know, the feel that you're gonna get while reading it. I'm really pumped for this one. And so what happens is that she discovers a tarot deck that may hold the key to predicting the future. And so a dangerous game ensues. To me, the vibes sound immaculate. I'm really excited to read it, especially it comes in November. I'm hoping to really pick it up as soon as I get it, to be honest. It's gonna be perfect with the cold weather coming on and the fall vibes, perfect. And then the last one is a self-published book by Katie Wismer, and it's called Bloodless Ties. It comes out on November 15th, and it's the third book in the Marionettes series. There's not much I can tell because it's the third book, but basically it's a dark romance, maybe? But it's definitely fantasy romance. It's paranormal, actually. Paranormal romance. There is vampires, witches, and yeah, it's a fun time. Alright, so that was all for my pre-orders so far. I don't know if I'll be pre-ordering anything else, but if you have any pre-orders that you've done, maybe just let me know down below so I can check them out and see if I need to add them to my list, you know? Do you usually tend to pre-order? That's something that I've never used to do, but I find that I think it's really fun to order a book that sounds really good to you and you just forget about it and then it shows up and you're all excited again. I don't know, I like that feeling a lot. Let me know down below if that's something that you do or that's something that you just rather wait until you hear more about the reviews and see if, you know, what is the general feeling of people. Because I have to say that there are some books I've bought, like I've pre-ordered, that ended up being pretty bad. So maybe I should have waited for those, I don't know. But when I'm really excited about a new book from an author I know or just a book that sounds really good to me, I just want to get it. I just want to get it. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.